This is our third attempt to get lockers, and all of them are full.
That won't work. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are back in Tokyo. I am so excited to be back. We were on the bus on the way from Mount Fuji, and I was feeling the excitement as I was driving inside the city, and I could see the buildings up here. We're gonna be there for 2 more days, and we're staying in Shinjuku. And to be more precise, we're staying in Kabukicho. I don't know if you guys have seen my first video arriving in Japan and discovering Japan for the first time, but Kabukicho is that in the one neighborhood where we walked in the first night that was completely crazy. That's pretty much where you find all the clubs and all the love hotels, which pretty much where the prostitution is happening and all the drugs too. The only place in Japan where I've seen a drunk man or someone that was high on the street walking around and tumbling down. So that's where we're staying. We're now walking towards the Harajuku area, which I think it's where we're gonna eat lunch, late lunch. It's called Falafel Brothers. It looks amazing online, so I'm really looking forward to eating that. Let's see if it's as good as it looks.
Harajuku お出口は右側です。
Oh wow, we're not in Harajuku, we are actually in Shibuya. Already loving the vibes of Shibuya. It is so much better than Shinjuku. Shinjuku has like a trashy vibe going on for it, where Shibuya is like fancy and more like a nice shopping area, right?
Yeah, especially it's like Vegas over there, and we're not fans of Vegas, so.
Yeah, Shinjuku's like Vegas, but Shibuya is like a giant mall with clean streets and lots of people. I like it a lot. All right, we arrived at the mall where Falafel Brothers should be at. Let's go eat because we're starving.
Good?
Yeah. All right, we just finished eating at Falafel Brothers. It was great. Now we just came on top of the building where the mall was, and there's a garden. And I've noticed, because it's not the first building that I try to find a way to get a viewpoint on the city, that a lot of buildings actually do have roof access or like some sort of a garden on roof where you can actually see sprawling views of the city. So it's a tip right there. If you come to Tokyo, I'm sure by looking you can get some free views pretty much anywhere you are in Tokyo. Just look for it. We are now debating what we're gonna do. I really feel like coffee. I need to get up, so I think we're gonna look for that and probably right now stay around the Shibuya area, and then we don't know yet when we're gonna have to go check in our hotel and then go back out tonight for dinner, I think. Found me another one of my favorite coffee shops, Blue Bottle Coffee. I know I've been to all of these in all my previous videos, but I mean, that's the best coffee I've found so far, so I'm really excited. Man, I'm exhausted. I really needed a little coffee pick-me-up. We're gonna head back to the hotel so we can rest a little bit before we go out tonight. And maybe after a little nap, I'll feel a little more up for it. We are back towards where our hotel is. This is crazy. It's not even 4:15, I think, and the sun is already setting. The nighttime falls so early in the wintertime. It's crazy. So we're running out of like daylight hours to explore. All right, I'll see you at the hotel. We finally made it to our hotel room. This is the tiniest hotel room I have seen in my lifetime, but we're on 12th floor, and this is the view we get from the room. Now that is worth it. It's priceless.
The tiniest room, but the best view.
Let me try and B-roll this so you can see the view a little better. Man, we see Tokyo Skytree from here. That is amazing. I wish we could see Tokyo Tower, but nope. Gotta be behind this big building right here. So the deal is, I haven't talked about this, but for the past 3 days, we were by Mount Fuji and we were still booking our hotels here back in Tokyo because we didn't think it would be a problem to wait last minute and check what we can find. However, it took us about 2.5 days to find a room because, to our surprise, the hotels that we find online that are still available are very expensive. And even those that are very expensive, when you click to book it, it says, sorry, but no rooms available for the date you asked. So that's been a bit of a bummer, and we kind of freaked out and couldn't find a place to stay. And we found this room last minute. I think we booked it last night when we were going to bed, and that's $150 a night, which is almost 3 times the price that we paid for our first hotel in Tokyo last week. So that's kind of crazy for us. Maybe it's normal price, but when we booked it last week, it was cheap. So we were a little taken aback by the prices. So we only booked it for 1 night, but we still have to figure out what we're going to do tomorrow night. So I think I'm going to go to the front desk. Now that we checked the room is nice and that we like it here, we're going to go to the front desk and ask if we could maybe extend our stay 1 more night, or if it's not this room, maybe they have another room available, and hopefully at the same price. Because tomorrow night, we're out on the street and we have nowhere to stay. So let's figure that out. Good morning, guys. Oh man, I look tired. Here we are, this is it. This is the last day in Tokyo. Just woke up to this view. Love it. Right now we do have to switch hotels because we could only book this one for 1 night and we have 1 more night before we head to the airport. So we booked a hotel in Ikebukuro, and the first thing we want to do today is go there and drop off our luggage because we don't want to carry that around all day. And then after that, we are meeting up with someone we met on Instagram, and we're gonna have coffee in Harajuku in this place called The Roastery, which looks like it is amazing coffee. At least it looks like it. So we'll see and be the judge of that. And I'm really looking forward to it. Let's get going for the day. Damn, this has to be the fanciest hotel I've ever booked in my entire life. I didn't know that's what I was booking, but I'm very excited about it. We did see some Krispy Kreme, I think, was in Ikebukuro's train station. So we need to eat a little something before we head out to meet with our friend Don. So I think we're gonna walk back to the train station, get some donuts, and then go out to meet our friends. Because what time it is now? 9:51. So we got about an hour. Yeah, so we're gonna go straight there and wait in Harajuku so that way we're not late. This reminds me of America. They have the same taste all over the world. to the hotel room. Right now we're in the hotel in Ikebukuro. It took us about an hour to check in. There was a huge line in the lobby. I do not know what was going on, but everyone was trying to check in at the same time. We had to pick out a number and wait for our turn to check in, and that took about an hour. So we went to Family Mart and grabbed some lunch, ate the lunch, and kind of walked around the lobby and tried to figure out what to do while we waited. But the wait was worth it because this room is on the 30th floor with an amazing view on downtown, on Shinjuku and all of Tokyo. And we've been in the room for like about an hour and we are still amazed at this view and we can't stop taking photos. So that was worth it. Before I close off this video and close off my trip to Japan, because tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, we're actually leaving and going back to France, I want to talk about my feelings about Japan in general. There are two things that surprise me negatively, and everything else is just pure amazement for everything in Japan. The two things that I think are disappointing in Japan is, number one, the use of plastic. They use a lot of plastic for a lot of things, and I think that they could definitely improve on that. And the second thing is the lack of trash cans everywhere you go. It's very inconvenient for the most convenient country in the world not to have trash anywhere you go. You have to keep your trash in your pockets until you make it to, let's say, the hotel room, or maybe sometimes in the train stations you can find trash, but other than that, you don't. And that's very inconvenient. Everything else though about Japan, all I have to say are good things. The number one thing I love about this country are the people. The people are so kind and they're reserved and quiet and they do not want to bother other people. And I think that's just a blessing. I love that. And I wish in our Western culture we had a little more of that. That would really make life nicer and easier. The second thing I love about Japan is the convenience. The convenience about everything. Convenience stores everywhere, like vending machines at every corner. You can get hot coffee for $1 anywhere you are, and that's just amazing. I love that about Japan. Also, the rail system where you can go anywhere in the country with trains. It's very convenient as well. I know in France, I compare it to France because that's where I live, you cannot go places on the train, or sometimes it could take up to 3 hours for something that you could do with an hour car ride. So definitely the convenience in this country is amazing. And also, of course, all the cultural traditions. I didn't get to experience much of the traditions being in Tokyo most of the time, but I can tell this country is very rich in history and traditions, and it's really beautiful. And I love the juxtaposition between the modernity of the cities and the old traditions of this country that goes back a long time ago. So it's been an amazing 2 weeks here in Japan, and I hope you guys enjoyed the content. I'm already planning when to come back and to just be here more, learn more, visit more, and of course document everything. And I'm started to already think, when will it be possible for us to come back to Japan? And I'm hoping sometime in 2023, so it's not that far ahead. But yeah, until then, I'm gonna keep doing videos in France and talk about my photography and take you guys on vlogs and photo vlogs everywhere I go and visit, and hopefully you enjoy the content. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video soon. Cheers.